Hey there, how are you doing today? Curtis here at Air Champ Lofts. It's been a while, maybe about a month or so since I posted a video. It's just been hectic with a lot of things, but you know, I'm on the channel. I plan on posting continually, and I'm happy you guys are here with me today. The reason why I'm here today, this video is going to be about what happened for me this year. My very first year of racing club, and what was my introduction to One Loft Races. Let's first start with the club. I was coaxed into entering club races, and joining the club, and I did so, and I was totally unprepared. I had maybe 15 or 16 birds, not sure how much I had, maybe 20 old birds that, they had some tosses, but not in any structured way, and I started training my birds. The first race was either the first week of April or the second week of April in the springtime, and trained my birds up to about 55 miles. And in the very first race, I did not win the first race. I can't remember what I placed. It wasn't bad placement. It was just I was like 5th or something, and I was new to the sport, to the racing in this way, and so I had to figure it out. Second race, I think I did better. I may have had a bird that was like 3rd. And also in the first race, I may have had a bird that was 3rd or up there. We started with about 175 birds in the club. And by the 3rd race, which was the 200-mile race, 100, 150, I think I won I should have had my things here, but I think I won the 2nd race. The 3rd race, I started dominating, and I won the 4th race, and then the 5th race, and I did not win the 300-mile race. I think I had a bird that was like 3rd or something. All in all, when it was all said and done, my flock was so consistent that I won a Master Loft or Champion Loft or something like that. I had champion bird. I had first place winner in the 150 and the 200, 250. That was in the spring old bird series. I had a whole bunch of young birds coming up, and to fly in the fall a couple of months ago. It ended 6 weeks ago, whatever, and I had a whole bunch of young birds coming up. When the young bird race came up, I won the first race. The 2nd race I was 3rd, and when I say win, I mean with big drops. My drops were like 30, because I had 44 birds in the first race. The 2nd race I had about 39 birds, and I won that too. And then I won the 150. I won the 150, and I had a drop of like 30 or 27, out of like 160 birds or something. And then I won the 200-mile race, and I had a drop of like 23. So I had won 1st or 23rd place. At this point, me, I kind of started feeling bad for the other guys in the club, which I kind of did. Because, I'm in this to have fun, but I want other people to have fun also. So, for the 250-mile race, I came 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th. I didn't fly very many birds. I kept some birds home. And for the 300-mile race, I think I flew 11 birds, and I think I came either 2nd and 3rd, 3rd and 4th, or something like that. Anyway, at the end of the day, I dominated again. In the young birds, I had Master Loft, Champion Bird, first 100, first 150, first 200, first 250, first 200, third 250. Oh, I mean, I won the 250 also. Yeah, I won the 250 also, but I didn't win the 300. I had my bird was third in the 300-mile race, and that was the final race. But let me say this: in the 250-mile race, that was the toughest race of the season. A lot of guys in the club lost a lot of birds. Me, I lost, I think 23 birds. I think 17 came home. They didn't all come home on the same day. That was a very tough race. We had 20 miles an hour headwind, and none of us were really expecting to see a lot of great returns, you know. And so it was a very, very hard race, and only the toughest of the toughest survived in that race. One guy in the club had 11 birds in there. He didn't see any birds come back. So it was a tough race, and it required tough birds. And so I won that race. No, I didn't win that race. I came third in that race, and fourth, I think. At the end of the season, the young bird season, I had champion young bird, champion old bird, champion young bird, champion loft, master loft, first 100, first 150, first 200, either third or first. I can't remember, 250, and I know I didn't win the 300. I held some birds back, basically, you know. At that point, I already had my champion bird locked up, and I just didn't send her. She was way ahead, so even if another bird won. No, my champion young bird, she's out of Isley and Miss Breakaway. I don't know if you guys remember me talking about Miss Breakaway. Before I joined the club, I had Miss Breakaway, and I used to take my birds on tosses wherever I went. And wherever I went, and I took them, whether it was 75 miles away from home, 40 miles, 50 miles, I would release my birds, and I would always see that bird breaking from the pack. She was always the first bird home. Even when I had someone else toss my birds. I have a friend who traveled every weekend 175 miles. She lived pretty close to me, so she would take my birds, and Miss Breakaway would always be the first bird to come home, right? So, but whenever I took her, I would look at her, and they make a few circles, and they would think, and she would start veering from the pack, and she was always the first bird home. So I called her Miss Breakaway. So she bred me my champion bird this year, and that bird is something else. Doesn't like to be outside. It's a flying fool. I haven't given her a name yet. Just this morning I was thinking about naming her Breaking Dawn, after her mother, you know, Breakaway, Breaking Dawn. But she really, really flew good this year. That bird flies. When she comes home, right on the trap, right in. She almost like she's being chased by something, you know. And so she won champion bird. I wasn't surprised, because I suspect she's doing like her mother did, which is finding the shortest path. And even when she came home with a big drop, she was always in the trap first, perhaps second, you know. So she won champion bird. But actually, I could have had a lot of champion birds this year, because most of my races I had big drops, 20, 30, you know, 23, you know, except for the 250 and 300. When the 250 was tough, and I don't know anybody that had big drops, except one guy that had two birds at the same time. Everybody else just, you know, got singles, and I was fortunate. I did have a bird in the top 5% in that race, and yeah, I was very fortunate. And that was the same bird that won the champion bird this year, champion young bird. So in a nutshell, in the club, I had champion young bird, champion old bird. In the spring, I had champion old bird. I had many firsts and seconds, and champion loft, and I think master loft. In the fall, I had champion young bird. I didn't fly old birds in the fall. It's just too much, you know, concentrating on old birds and young birds. So I think from this point on, I will never have champion, club champion old bird, like, you know, spring and fall. They're tabulated, because I don't know if I want to fly old birds when I'm flying young birds. I just too much to concentrate on, you know. They kind of require different things, and I just don't know if I want to do it, unless I fly like lesser numbers. Anyway, so that's about the club. Now this year I entered birds in 2 One Loft races. I entered birds into the Hoosier Classic, and I entered birds into the Texas Dash for Cash, and I had great success in both of those races. No, I didn't win the big money, and I was close. I was close to winning that big money, because I had birds that would compete very hard, and that's how I know there was this, in my loft. I have to stop there. I just have to put the combinations together. Anyway, let's go first with the let's go with the Hoosier first. In the Hoosier, I had 2 birds in the qualify. Okay, I think I had 3 birds altogether. I had 2 birds qualify. One bird, he got lost at the 250-mile mark, but the race before that, he just missed the money, which is the 200-mile race. He missed the money by 1/4 of a second. I would have won $1,000, right? He was 31st, and Jim at the Hoosier, he paid up to the 30th place, but he was in the first drop, and just by a 1/4 of a second. Okay, the next race he didn't come back. He got lost, and so I had 1 bird left, and that bird was Esther. Esther was a fantastic bird all through the series. Esther won me money, won me $600. She placed, I think, 79th in the semifinals, I think. And going into the semifinals, she was 14th ace pigeon. She had the 14th fastest speed in the series. And I was very confident about Esther because she was just very consistent. She came from consistent birds, and but she went up in the air. And that day I went up to the Hoosier because I only lived like 3 hours away. Went up to the Hoosier and I sat. Esther never came home. She, along with about another 900 birds, never made it back home, and we lost her. But she was a fantastic pigeon. I have a lot I can say about her parents. If I do the Hoosier this year, it'll be just about 2 or 3 birds again, and it will be for sure of Esther's family and maybe another mix. But I had a wonderful time at the Hoosier. My birds did exceptionally well. I mean, for the first time, exceptionally well. Like I said, I had a 14th ace pigeon going into the final race. Okay, and I was really expecting her to return, if even late, but she never did. And so, you have to move on. But Esther was a fantastic pigeon. I have her parents. They're back in the box right now, and they already have eggs. And so we look forward to next year. Now, the next race I entered was the Texas Dash for Cash. And in Texas Dash for Cash, I had 2 birds in a syndicate with my friend. And my 2 birds did wonderfully. They both won money. One was 4th, I think, in a 200-mile race. I won money in that race. And one was 10th in the 250. I won money in that race. And the 250, I lost the other one. So I had 1 bird. No, that's not right. That's not right. No. One was 10th in the 200 miles, and one was, I think, 4th in the 250. I had both birds going into the final. In the final race, which was just a few days ago, I had a 10th place bird in the 250 and the 4th place bird in the 200. And I also had a bird that was really high placed as an ace bird. I think it was the 20-something ace pigeon, maybe even higher. And this is out of 1,100 birds. In the final, both birds were ready. One of them didn't do very well at all in the 250. She was like 800 and something out of almost 1,000 birds. But in the final race, the 350, because he jumped from 250 to 350, the 350-mile race, and I just spoke to him a couple hours ago. It was a very difficult race. Headwinds, side winds, the birds were pushing hard. The speeds were in the 12 to 1,300 miles an hour consistently, maybe low 14s. It was a really hard, tough race, and the birds really had to fight to come home. And any bird that came home on that day, or any bird that came home in reasonable time, is an outstanding pigeon, and is a pigeon that I would put in my breeding loft anytime. Anyway, in the finals, we didn't win money in the finals. We were like 15 spots away from winning money. Our bird came in at 81st place. This is Air Champ Lofts ACL 0048 or 048 or 48. Air Champ Lofts 48. I didn't give her a name. I'm thinking about a name for her. And she was 81st place, but she also took a 4th or 10th place in the qualifying races. And my other bird took a 4th or 10th place. I can't remember which one was which, but I had a 4th place in either the 200 and a 10th place in the 250 or vice versa. Now, in the final race, she was 81st out of like 930 something birds. And she was like an hour out of the winner. But remember, again, it was a tough race. And to this day, as I make this video 3 days after the race or 4 days after the race, he's gotten back 800 and something birds. He's missing like 150 birds, so those birds haven't really been returned. And at this point, its chances are very slim, right? But that bird also, 48, she actually was the 4th Ace Srint Champion in a Texas Dash for Cash. I didn't win money. Why? Because I did not enter her in the sprint series. Extra $100, I could probably made $1,500, you know. So she was a very consistent bird. I got her back. She's not here yet. I also got back my other bird, 32853. Just so you guys know, they're both Kittle and best Kittle based birds, crossed into other stuff. Flying very well, and I plan on pushing forward, especially in that race or any race that's with a hot climate. With these birds, I got her parents in the loft right now in the breeding box. They got eggs. I'm about to put them under some pumpers and get a second round off of them. But I had a really good season this year, both in the club, in the One Loft Races. Like I said, my official first racing season, I basically was a winner all across the board. I expect next year I could probably do even better if I keep doing what I'm doing. A lot of what I've done is based on seeing my birds fly here at the house, selecting them based on what I see here at the house, selecting them based on what I see when I take them for a short toss. You know, I've selected the finest of what I had available to me in my loft, and they've proven to be winners. And the one thing that I realized is the big guys in me, the big guys like the Gannesses and the Melkas and the Greek Connections and everybody, I realized that the birds that I have for the races that I've entered are on par with them. I realized the difference between me and them in most cases is that they send a huge number of birds. You know, one gal sent 40 birds to one race, where I had 3, and I'm doing numbers and I'm winning money, right? And I'm winning, and my birds are proving themselves. And the 40 birds in the final, they'll only see like 15 or 12. You know, one guy will have 20 birds and only see like 11 or 9 or 3 in the final. You know, that made it. So I'm never gonna race that way. I want to test family of birds, and I'm never gonna send 20 birds. You know, I think the most birds I might probably send to any one race is like 3 or 4. That's how I'm testing my birds. I see Mr. Nemelka, Joe Nemelka, he does that the same thing, and I respect him for that, because he's really truly testing his birds. You know, and you know, if he throws 40 birds in a race with 1,000 birds, chances are, guess what? You know, you get a 0.5, you know, 0.4% chance of winning whatever it is, you know. So, and that's really high. You know, you could get something. And I mean, you know, it's about the money too. It's not all about the money for me too, you know. I want to test my birds so I can have the best birds. And that's all I ever wanted to know, that I have the best birds. So I know this video is getting a little bit long. I really don't edit my videos. In fact, I don't even know how, and I plan to learn. But let me see again. I had a wonderful 2024, winning at club level, winning at One Loft race level, and coming very, very, very close to winning the big money. Very close to winning some big money, which would help my loft and everything else. But I am so giddy right now. I am so giddy with enthusiasm and joy, and knowing that in my loft, my little loft right there, I have the stuff that it takes to compete, to fly, and to win. And I'm not one to like go and like, you know, sell a whole bunch of birds and stuff. You know, from time to time I will have birds for sale, but I guarantee you, anything that comes out of this loft is the same stuff that I could keep for myself, because that's the way I want to be known. That's what I want to be known for. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Follow me, subscribe, and follow me, and I would keep you guys abreast whenever my birds from the race come home. I'll do a video with them. In the meantime, I'll be thinking of names for them. They'll be getting a treatment program and then going into the breeding loft. and I expect to have some really super birds for next year. Alright, thanks again for watching this video. Appreciate you guys. Love, peace, keep flying. Bye.